This is another time where map selection was very important for the event.
Sensors.
So I'm using the Shadowcat for my medium mech kills, because you have to get it, just a couple of them for each weight class. And I went with this one because the half dozen light machine guns on a hot map work out great. People will shut down more often, which will let you take out vital components, and you can keep firing because machine guns do not generate any heat whatsoever. Also, this guy, 3 laser anti-missile systems. Don't ever do that. Really, it's way too hot on any mech. It's fine to have 1 laser anti-missile system if you're, running multiples, but don't do 3. You're just asking to overheat. Really, if this mech had ECM on its setup as well as the weaponry that it currently has, I would probably never play anything else. I mean, being able to have ECM, mask, jump jets, all that, plus an unlimited energy or an unlimited weapon system like an energy weapon is a pretty fantastic basis for any mech. It's a little bit squishy because it is only 45 tons, but the mobility more than makes up for that. And especially if it had ECM, people wouldn't even shoot me as much because they just wouldn't pay as much attention to me.
New target.
But even without ECM, it's still a great setup.
New target acquired. Warning.
So here I've poked out just a few too many times from that same spot, so I decided to go elsewhere. If I'm not mistaken, when I was playing, I did go from heaviest mechs to the lightest, so this was toward the end of my event grinding. Also, sorry to say that I will not have any footage for the light mech that I used. I have no idea what happened to it. Normally, even if I had accidentally deleted it, I should still have it in my, recycle bin. But the footage was absolutely nowhere after I played my fire starter. And really, I mean, the fire starter is kind of similar to this anyway, so it's not a big loss. But it was kind of a funny match because I don't normally do all that well in lights.
Target acquired.
And I guess I just really lucked out in that match because it wasn't going so great, and then I just swooped in and nailed 3 kills just in a row. So it was kind of fun. But again, not a big loss because it's relatively similar to this. It's the exact same build that I've uploaded on this channel before, just medium lasers and machine guns.
Enemy base is being captured. Base is being captured.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Need assistance.
Now here I completely overexposed. I should not have jumped over the terrain. I should have tried to go around it instead. And when I turned my back on someone, they managed to take out 1 of my machine guns, but it's not a big loss when you have half a dozen to lose 1.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Base is being captured. New target acquired. Enemy
Target
base
spotted.
is being captured.
So here's exactly why I've got the light machine guns instead of standard machine guns, because they have, such a long range in comparison
Captured.
that I would not have really even wasted my ammo trying to nail that summoner from 300 meters out with standard machine guns. Granted, they do a good deal more DPS, but I think the added utility of that extra range just completely outweighs the increased DPS.
Target spotted.
And here I really committed more to this kill than I should have. If this guy hadn't already lost so many weapons, I would have been in a lot of trouble. I just stuck right there in his face because I thought, well, there's 2 of us shooting this guy. Surely he's going to go down in just half a second. And that just absolutely did not happen.
Is being captured.
So thankfully here I'm back to playing smarter and not trying to face tank anyone, regardless of how soon I think they're going to die.
Captured. Enemy base is being captured. Base 50% captured.
Need assistance.
Target destroyed. Base is being captured.
So after that kill, even though we are fairly comfortably ahead on the base capping race, I decide to go ahead and just stop whoever's on their base. Then I see it's a direwolf. Holy crap. 100 tons of firepower, and I am cored pretty much everywhere. So my only bit of good luck was that this dire whale had medium pulse lasers, so they couldn't really reach me at this range, or they couldn't do very much damage.
Need assistance.
So I was calling for assistance. I wanted at least one other person to do exactly what we're doing here. Flank him. So that way we're using his incredibly slow speed to our advantage. He cannot basically, help but expose his back to one of us, no matter who he's firing on.
Enemy base is
Granted, this person is handling it terribly. They should have, tried to get under some kind of cover, use the base to block at least one of us from attacking him. But he just slowly rotated and died.
enemy base.
So lesson number 2 in this match: never do that either.
Good, Justin.
So I did quite a bit of damage, all things considered. And even though it's only machine guns, this did actually help farm the ballistic damage, and so did the fire starter. So this was another good farming mech. Again, just those machine guns, having so many of them is so useful that this will always be a great setup for just about anything you need to do with it. And such a versatile mech too. I really do love the Shadowcat. It's one of my favorite acquisitions.